So let's talk about the brand, the sphere of your brand. So this is where your inner world meets the outer world as you dive into contemplation of this gene key and its lines. This is where your journey is. So try to see all the gene keys as a funnel that leads you to your brand, okay? So the secret to prosperity is not just the ability to start a fire, right? To ignite the passion. It's all and it's not only the ability to relate to other people, but it's also the ability to brand yourself the right way, right? So this is the third secret of prosperity, branding. Brand is about how you project your inner essence, who you authentically out into the world. So to truly prosper, that you have to be recognized. Your brand, who you are, your essence needs to be out and about to be fully appreciated, right? It all depends on how honestly you and clearly you can communicate with others. So in this sense, your branding is about refining the style of your communication that suits best your inner being rather than trying to fit into a predefined strategic pattern of expectations. Okay, so this could be a great discovery for you and its ability to naturally be who you are. So the brand is about physical embodiment through the power of your voice, right? This is how you speak. The voice carries the frequency of your inner essence through its intonation, the subtle vibration, right? So when you speak, though you may not realize it, you are naked. Everything about you is transparent for others to see. This is why we must learn to speak from our inner heart and to let the tone of our love reach out into the world. So for each and every one of us, this is our deepest life's work. Take a profound look at this gene key and the line of your brand and consider how its highest frequencies are naturally transmitted through your voice. How might you adjust your voice to enable this deeper part of you to fully be revealed? So let's talk about brand. Your brand is your light, right? Your life's work expressed effectively in the world. This is your outer expression. So it has to be in exact alignment with your radiance and your purpose. So every element of your hologenetic profile will pulsate in harmony, bringing you good fortune and prosperity. Your brand is like a honing beacon that attunes your attractor field, hello, to your fractal line, your soul family. Come over here, I'm right here, I can help you, come over here, I've got this missing piece of the puzzle that you need. When you have the courage and the initiative to wield your brand, your highest truth, your naked truth, then you will draw your allies into your life. Okay, so the pathway of growth, it teaches us the importance of this link between our true allies and our individual expression, which is the sphere of brand. So your energetic brand, as we mentioned, it's in your conscious sun. Top of the gene keys or the very first line on your gene keys when you're looking at the app. So this correlates to life's work in the gene keys, yes. So this is your conscious sun, the energy that you are expressing through your life. You likely notice this energy in your life is a strong part of your personality. It is expressed through the light of what we do and how we do it. The brand is who you authentically are. Your brand is an extension of your personality, your personal reality, your outer representation in this life. As we also know from the business world, your brand is your specific stamp or symbol that can catch the attention of other people. Your brand describes the style and frequency of your outward expression. It comes across in the clothes that you wear, the way that you talk, the language that you use. The brand is a platform for expression, for your innermost essence. And because of this, your essence is in the outer world relies upon expressing your higher purpose with clarity and simplicity. So when you're contemplating brand, it could be very illuminating. So put this into practice. and start changing your business truly by speaking your truth. Because the thing is, people sense honesty at an intuitive level. So when your style of branding matches your inner truth, you come across as authentic, therefore trustworthy. So business, it can be exciting. Like I said, it is an awakening path, as long as you don't make it stressful. It's only becomes stressful when you feel that you have to step outside of your brand and pretend to be something that you're not. When you approach your business, your creed need to be out of keeping things simple. If you lose touch with simplicity, then you'll learn a sharp lesson, right? Simplicity scales, complexity fails. So our life's work relates directly to the position of the sun when you were born. And this is about how you shine to the outside world. Your brightness flows from your naturalness. If you try and force something, you will exhaust yourself. If you hide your light out of fear, you will wither. The brand is your DNA. It is your word. Your word is your bond, your dream, your name, your unique frequency, your voice. Only you can draw the sword from the stone of your DNA, the suit, the style of your awakening. Who you are here to touch and how you're going to touch them is going to be determined by your brand. So what is your brand of awakening? What is it? The shadow of your brand will generally try to undermine you from within your own mind. This shadow is all about how you see yourself. You have to step into your own shoes and not give in to temptation to try to imitate other people, no matter how much respect you have for them. So once you see through the shadow and experience this breakthrough, you'll realize how easy and profitable it is just to be yourself. Every human being is a natural salesperson, regardless of their lines. We are all here to sell our slice of truth in this cosmic awakening play. It is all a simple matter of communication with clarity. In the brand, you reach your zenith. And it is from here that you can receive a vision for your life that is so high, your highest vision. Your brand is your sword, representing the solar fire that rises from the yang stretch of your spine and the yin from your belly. Your brand is also your language, the voice, the vibration of your soul as an impact to the world. In terms of your embodiment, the brand is your voice, the highest expression of your heart through your frequency, through the tone. With a strong vision burning in your breast, your voice carries your fire out onto the wind of faith and steers the forces of change. Okay? So the brand is your truth, naked truth. The brand is your frequency. The brand is your awakening. Okay, so when you speak, when you sing your truth, be of service to the whole. We are fulfilling our primary duty here, to be ourselves. And as you go into the world, let the gentle fire inside your heart sing out in your voice. Speak the words that come from your heart without fear or compromise. So in quantum physics, this is one of the most important aspects of the design, because 70% of our energy gets expressed through the conscious sun. Because 70% of the neutrinos that condition us are from the sun. Okay? So conscious sun, our brand, that is your superpower. Okay? And the brand is the gift. The gift of discovering your brand is liberating. Your brand allows you to be yourself without compromise. The moment you express your truth in the style that feels right, you create an immediate buzz. So every human being wants to have their brand broadcasted. That's who they authentically are, right? The brand conveys the fruit of the purpose. It creates magnetism that draws people into the attractor field, all our soul family and all the willing components and everybody who we bridge the gap for. It is a channel of pure love coming from the SQ, and it carries the gift of the pearl, our essence. And when we find that right fit with our brand, then we'll instantly feel easy, and this easiness in our bones, right? Even though we may still face challenges and situations and tests in life, the gift of the brand will always enable us to center ourselves and to meet the world as our true, authentic self. So the city and the brand, when you are graced with this vision of your city, you may experience them as though they are a single or unified field. Each city is like an exquisite quality of consciousness, and your profile is an exquisite cocktail of those qualities. So the mystery of the city is different from person to person when they do blossom. You may experience a city that is not even in your profile. Cities are like that. They do not conform to any set of parameters. Okay? They do not conform to any rules. So your brand is what others will always recognize you as, even though you may not even be aware of it yourself. So if you take a double look at someone you know and contemplate the city of their brand, you will soon sense the quality of something within their aura. Okay? So the shadow of your brand will always emerge from a confused message. So if you step outside of your brand and try to fit yourself into a suit that doesn't fit you, then you will create misunderstanding. Your brand shows you very simply what kind of truth you are here to offer to the world. If you are taken in by corporate conditioning or lack of self-belief, then you will never truly shine in this life. You may recall the gene key of your life's work, which is the same as your brand. It relates directly to the position of the sun at the point when you were born. This is about how you shine out to the world. Your brightness flows through you naturally. If you try to force something, you're going to exhaust yourself. Prosperity, remember, is a state of mind. Okay? It is an attitude, a delight, and something that you got to learn to cultivate within yourself. So the pearl repeatedly asks you to look at the ways in which you accumulate weight. This can be physical, emotional, intellectual. There's no judgment in any way. We are simply having the courage to look honestly at ourselves once again. As we activate this deep feeling of inner purpose, then we have strong foundation for entering the profound voyage of love. Prosperity is flow. We receive and we give. We create a vacuum in which life once again flows. The money comes in, the money goes out into investments or whatever things it needs, other projects that you need to fuel. It's constantly flowing. Okay? Is everything that's in flow enhances, inspires, simplifies, lightens, rather than being stagnant and draining. Okay? To touch into your own higher purpose is to come fully into the present moment, into this wonderful, vibrant pulse of life inside of your body. When we feel and know our purpose as our essence, then we radiate health and vitality. Okay? So spend some time remembering and pausing here. What do other people point out that you're good at? Sometimes we forget those things. So magic, according to the Gene Keys, and I highly agree because I love this, is the art of doing nothing outside of your true nature. The one truth that is coming through with increasing regularity is that life keeps demonstrating its ability to self-organize. Money and the system in the world economy and how to understand it and align yourself with it. To be in alignment with this natural flow of the world economy is to live in a state of permanent prosperity. It is something every other successful businessman, businesswoman claim they have mastered. I've called this article Executive Magic, right? So you can read more about this and how you can follow out your own essence from inside yourself into the world. And this is why the Jinkin is so good at explaining the depth of the shadow, because you can then realize that this is the core. Your suffering is your success broadcasted to the world. Okay, it's your story. So creative branding, one of the greatest secrets, is to use words in the correct way. A brand, in many ways, above all, is a name. And the moment you name something, you put magic out into the world. This is where the whole notion of spelling and casting spells comes from. Brand names have real power because they come from a collective unconscious where all names are hidden. So every brand has a certain resonance with a certain lineage of people, right? And has the power, and I would even say intent, to reach those people. So I'm not talking here about establishing a brand like Coca-Cola, which has the power people can afford through popularity. I'm talking about a new brand that comes into the world from within yourself. And it is so important to have that brand suits your fractal lineage, calling out your soul family because you're using the correct ways to broadcast who you are. And this also comes in from Mercury, right? This is why right now we have the Naked Truth Challenge. My Mercury is all about shock transformation. See how it fits? I'm talking, so this is how we brand according to our human design and gene keys. Okay, so branding is all about marketing your truth, right? And the highest level of frequency, there's only one product, and that product is truth. So in the world, there's simply degrees of truth masquerading as products, and we get so attached to buying and selling them. All of this is the currency of communication, and it takes place between elements of the one truth. One truth who have forgotten their common source and therefore feel the need to trade aspects of their own separateness with each other. So the world of business and commercial is all a great stage upon which the state of human evolutionary consciousness is made manifest. So now you can see the whole world is a stage rather than our tiny corner of it, right? So now you can see the mirror more clearly. As truth begins to break through into the business world, we will begin to slow but sustained transformation moving across the world stage. One of the first things is to be clear about, if you are intending on going into business, is what your product really is. And this may sound very obvious to you. It may be. This sounds very obvious to you, to people, but it may not be so. At the highest level, whatever your physical product is not the real product. You are the product. The product and its branding are simply an excuse for you to communicate a frequency down your fractal line, calling out your soul tribe. Right? Screaming and shouting, here I am. This is the message I came to deliver. This is my story. This is what I overcame. This is the core wound, and I can help you too. So what gets communicated down that line is up to you. Is it fear, greed, desire, love, service, awakening, or any other frequency? At the highest frequency of truth, there's love and awakening, which all amount to the same thing. So there's a huge irony if you find yourself in a business of marketing truth, which is that really you are marketing death. So to the separate self in the marketplace, the last thing it wants is to die into its higher nature, which is what happens when one meets truth, right? Because a person has to let their old self die to embark into the new self. As you may imagine, it is not easy to sell someone their own death, so you have to hide it. And this is where branding comes in. The new age market is filled with all kinds of people peddling all kinds of wares and making all kinds of claims. And most of the time, these people don't really make any serious money because they fail to realize that they are the product. So the moment you grasp that you are selling love or truth, then your brand becomes more and more powerful because you see it for what it really is. A trick to make others people feel safe about who you are and what you are doing. Truth is the most unsafe product there is. And it is the most rewarding product there is. If you are marketing truth, you have to play this game, or you won't have any real success. So once you have realized that your brand or your product is really an excuse for you to pass the sacred transmission down the fractal line, calling out your soul family, then you will find yourself an exponent of executive magic without really doing anything much at all. Your product will begin to market and sell itself because people can't resist the truth. So making money can be a great deal of fun. It is done with the sense of detachment that comes from the above truth. So don't be attached to success or failure because these are two very relevant things. What is essential is your commitment to your brand, your role within this theater, this awakening story of life. So the real question you have to ask yourself is not, how can I make more money? But how can I be prosperous? Prosperity through simplicity. Prosperity is directly linked to clear commitment, both in our relationships and in our daily work. Within business, there are many cycles that begin and end, begin and end, begin and end. Financial success cannot be measured by a single cycle, but by continued commitment and certainty in one's decision-making. Sometimes when one stays committed to a certain direction and seems to be unsuccessful, it's often shown to open into opportunities that later become successful. So one cannot think one's way through life by single aspects if they succeed or not succeed. You can only align your inner direction truly, trust in it, and allow for nature to take care of the rest. So once you stand apart from everybody else and witness the role you're playing out here, right? Because success is about being original. You become an exponent of executive magic. And remember, executive means following out. You follow out from inside out. Okay? This is how you make progress and success in the material world. Remember, magic is doing nothing outside of your true nature. I love this definition. So magic is everywhere in everything. And as long as you follow and move with your heart, your strategy and authority in human design, magic is the result. Magic is the result. Remember, you're simply selling the truth, so simplify it. Get to the point. Business is based upon common sense. Good business is good when there's human integrity behind it. So don't get caught up in the bullshit and the complexity. Use simple language, get to the heart of the matter, and help people get from point A to point B with your story, with your truth. This is a good time to contemplate this and just really think about if you're doing what you love in this life, how you feel in your relationships, if you feel fulfilled, how you feel in your body, if you're feeling health. If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you are truly feeling prosperity. Okay? I love you all so much. Thank you for doing this work. Have an amazing rest of the day.